Hello, dear student. Welcome to our Strive 365 one-year newspaper current affair analysis for your UPSC and state PCS. So, dear student, today we are going to see about the security, that is internal security. And if you look into first year question of UPSC, you'll find that a lot of question they're asking directly from the security portion, like missile, different kind of fighter jet, different kind of technology that is developing. So, from that perspective, this chapter is very important for your examinations. And dear student, already I've covered the polity part. It's like 4 months of polity and second international relation. And this is the third topics that I'm going to cover today. And dear student, to get this PDF, you can simply click this link or you can join our Strive Edge IS Telegram channel. From there, you'll get all the PDF related study material there. And also we are providing daily MCQ, lot of current affair there. You can join it and get benefit of it. Okay. So dear student, चलिए start करते हैं. So topic that we are going to discuss. So first one is about the Sudarshan Chakra mission. So Sudarshan Chakra mission. So what is it? So our Prime Minister launched the mission Sudarshan Chakra on 79th Independence Day. So basically Sudarshan Chakra basically aims to provide, install or establish multi-layer air defense system over our India. So in case of any missile attack, so that our landmass will be protected from all these missiles. For example, during recent conflict with Pakistan, we have seen how Pakistan sent multiple missiles, fighter jet, and drone attack. But it is because of our multi-layer air defense system we are successfully dodge that and protect our vital installation. So that is the reason we are planning to upgrade that to have high quality of air defense. Okay, so more about that news. So it aimed to develop air defense system to neutralize enemy infiltration and boost India's offensive capability. So if we don't have proper air defense system, we'll not able to take strict actions. Once we are confirmed that no one will able to attack our landmass, then we can take offensive action. So Indian Air Force is pressing for rapid development of Project Kush. So they can ask about what is Project Kusha. Project Kusha basically aims at developing indigenous initiative led by DRDO and Bharat Electronic Limited. So basically it is a indigenous long range surface to air missile. So what do you mean by surface to air missile? That means from landmass we'll install a missile. It will fire and neutralize incoming fighter jet. Let's say this is a fighter jet that is coming towards India. So we can neutralize that in air so that it will not able to attack our vital installations. Okay. So Project Kush is an initiative of DRDO and Bharat Electronic Limited, that is called BEL. Basically it aimed to establish indigenous long range surface to air missile, LRSAM, long range surface to air missile. So basically that means it is from the land surface, this missile will launch to the air and neutralize all the aerial threat. It can be aircraft, it can be fighter jet, it can be missile, it can be drone, anything like that. Okay, so about detail about the Sudarshan Chakra mission. So objective: strengthen India's deterrence and offensive capability by expanding and modernizing national security shield. So if we are able to establish a shield over India in a multi-layer capability, so in case first layer is not able to defend, so second layer is there. In case second layer is not there, third layer is there. In case of third layer is not able to protect it, whenever you are having multi-layered, so that means you are having high chances of protecting our airspace, protecting our vital installation like Delhi Central Secretariat, military installation, so we can protect from enemy attack. So the part of India's multi-layer missile defense system. So this is what part of our multi-layer air defense system. So what are the features? So we are planning to complete that in 2035. So provide comprehensive protection for strategic means something related to military, something related to vital installation, which is very essential for our operation. Next is civilian. So there are some populated area like Mumbai, Delhi, so we need to protect that. Some of the religious significance places we also need to be protected. Okay. Next, cover all public places with national wide shield across air, land and sea. So integrated advanced surveillance. So to have good air defense system, what we need is 360-degree surveillance. It keep on having surveillance in all the direction. Once you are identifying a threat, then you have to give the command signal and your missile will fire and neutralize that incoming threat. Next is cyber protection. So we need to ensure that all our missiles defense system or our missile system should not be hacked. If anyone is hacked, then even if any aircraft is come, our missile defense system is not going to operate. So we need to ensure that cyber protection also. The next is physical safeguard. For example, let's say we have installed our missile here, but let's say someone attacked that installation. So in that case, our missile would not able to launch. So we need to ensure physical safeguard for precise target action. So this will be fully indigenous technology developed and manufactured in India. So this technology is going to be fully indigenous. Sudarshan Chakra technology is going to be entirely indigenous and ensure air superiority and ground to protections. So next is create strong deterrence against the enemy aggression. So in future, if any war is going to happen, so it is create long deterrence, strong deterrence against both China as well as Pakistan. Promote self-reliance in defense modernization. Yes. So now we are exporting, we are importing S-400, and we are also importing a lot of equipments. But if we are able to develop this, Sudarshan Chakra or good quality of air defense system, instead of importing, we can export that to the all over the world now. So that is what led to the promotion of our defense industry also. So that is what also a positive and a boost to our defense industry. So related news, so DRDO conduct maiden test of integrated air defense weapon system. So recently we have tested our integrated air defense weapon system by the DRDO, offering layered protection, surveillance, and threat ID and air defense. So whenever you are having a layer protected defense system, so that means in case this layer is not able to protect, this layer will protect. In case this is not available, this layer will be protected. So high chances of we are able to protect our vital installation. So about integrated air defense weapon system. So key component, it include indigenous quick reaction surface to air missile, that is called QRSAM. So indigenous quick reaction surface to air missile. So this is developed by DRDO, having a range of 5 to 30-kilometer range. It is mobile, that means it can travel from one location to another location. We can mount it on a truck. We can mount it this missile on a truck so that it can move from one location to another location. Protect armor column in motion. So while it is in motion, it can protect itself also. So next, in case in battlefield, we are also having advanced very short range air defense system. I think you already know, soldier, they carry one missile in their shoulder, so they can fire that. That is the last level of air defense system that is protected, the moving soldier unit, or you can say small unit that can be protected from aerial attack. So next we can see about, this is called RCS manpad, that is man portable air defense system. Manpad means man portable air defense system. Counter low altitude aerial threat. For example, let's say this is a army, this is a unit of army, they are moving towards fighting, let's say Pakistan border. If a helicopter come here and they try to attack this unit, so here we can launch man portable, that is man portable air defense system, to destroy that helicopter, so that to not able to attack our forces na. Next, we can launch laser directed energy system. So laser directed energy system. So what is the CHASE? What is the CHASE? Center for High Energy System and Science. So MAD engage targeted light speed with laser beam. So we can do one thing. Let's say this is an aircraft, it is coming towards India. This fighter jet, it is coming towards India, and it might attack, it might launch bomb or missile, something like that. What we'll do, we'll install a laser beam here, and laser beam will kill all the electronics of this fighter jet. Once all the electronic of this fighter jet is killed, so it is not able to fly now, it will automatically crash, or we can burn their missile also. So that is what called laser directed energy. So it will direct a high energy particles towards that missiles, towards that aircraft, towards that device, so that all the electronic equipment will burn out, so that not able to have launch this operation. Okay. So next one is about the command center. Dekho, let's say we are having lot of air defense system. We are having ABAX, early warning aircraft that is flying over our sky. We are having a lot of surveillance radar also. So all they provide signals about different aerial threat. Then what we'll have to do, we have to combine all this threat, and we have to identify whether this threat are harmful for us or not. For that, what we need, command center, and that command center collect all this information, then take the decision whether we are going to launch this missile, that missile, and which direction, which missile we are going to launch. That is what called command center. So integrated control via centralized command center by DRDL. Okay. Hope, dear student, this is you are able to understand. And dear student, this is very important for your examination. So they can ask about what is Sudarshan Chakra mission. So what are the objective of Sudarshan Chakra mission, when it is going to be operationalized, what kind of missile they are going to use. Okay? So they are going to use the missile, here it is written, so just remember that. Yes, so this is yes, so you can see about their use, QRSAM, then short range air defense system. It's multi-layer, so different kind of missile we are going to use. They can ask about what is Project Kusha. So it is developed by DRDO and BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited. So they basically aims to develop the long range surface to air missile. So it is the project Kusha. So you have to study that as well. Okay. Chaliye dear student, we'll move to the next topic. So the fifth generation fighter jet, that is called AMCA. So dear student, in 2024, so they have asked, they're given a list of fighter jet and they have asked how many of above are fifth generation of aircraft. So this is a very easy question. If you have fair amount of idea, you can answer that. Okay. So Defense Ministry has approved the execution model for indigenous fifth generation fighter jet named Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. So AMCA. So we are planning to develop our own fifth generation aircraft named AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. So this is being developed by ADA, Aeronautical Development Agency, in collaboration with the DRDO, and it is going to be manufactured either HAL or some private sector participation. We are going to see it. Okay. So AMCA program overview. So background, so it is approved by the Cabinet Committee on Security, because whenever the approval amount is very high, so it is generally approved by the Cabinet Committee on Security. So indigenous development of fifth generation. So we are planning to develop most of its component indigenously, so that will not depend on the USA or other country. No, we have purchased the Rafale, but French is not ready to share the source code. So if they are not share the source code, that means we have to only use the French missile. We cannot integrate Indian origin missile. So that is the reason we need to have indigenous component. Okay. So prototype. Prototype means first variant we are going to develop by 2028-29 and induction by 2034 or 35. So we'll develop two variant. First variant is called MK1 variant. We'll use General Electric 414 engine. So and later on we'll develop the MK2 variant where we are going to use our engine, indigenous engine, that is manufactured by our own company, GTRE, GTRE, gas turbine plus some foreign partner. We are going to develop some indigenous engine. So that is what power our MK2. So lead agency, so ADA, Aeronautical Development Agencies, and DRDO, so they are leading in development of AMCA. So industry tie-off. So we are planning to develop or manufacture that AMCA through industry collaboration. It can be HAL in collaboration with the private sector or multiple private sector. They can come together to produce, so that currently what we are facing problem with our LCA Tejas, that we are having severe delay and HAL is not able to produce to meet the requirement of our Air Force. So they are planning to involve private sector so that we can manufacture it at a faster rate. Okay. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So only India compliant company are eligible for their manufacturing. So by next question is, what is a fifth generation aircraft? ठीक है. So fifth generation aircraft emerged in 1990s to classify major technological advancement as compared to the fourth generation aircraft. As of now in India we don't have any fifth generation aircraft. So all our aircraft are either third generation or fourth generation or 4.5 generation. Okay. So fifth generation fighter jet are most advanced, featuring twin engine, even some of the fighter jet even single engine also. So if you look into F-35, they are single engine also. So single engine can be fifth generation also, but this is very important, stealth capability. Stealth means it can be it cannot visible in the radar. So if a fighter jet is flying in the sky, so there will be a signature on the radar, but if it is stealth technology, in that case there will be no radar signature. So next is super cruise. So what do you mean by super cruise? Super cruise means in fighter jet there is a engine. So there is two section. First one is about dry section and second one is about the afterburner. So whenever you burn this afterburner, it will have lot of you can say ashes and high temperature is there. I think आप लोग देखे होंगे बहुत सारे आग, there will be fire at the end. So if there is a fire at the end, easily any heat seeking missile can observe that. So if a fighter jet is having that capability, it can fly at the supersonic speed, hypersonic speed, not sorry, it's hypersonic speed, like not hypersonic speed. It is more than Mach 1 Mach speed without using this afterburner. That means it can reach high speed without using this afterburner. So that means it is having high stealth capability na. So no heat seeking missile can track it. Okay. So next is advanced avionics. That means advanced electronics, we can use it so that electronic warfare, we can jam other aircraft to launch any missile. So during our operation against Pakistan, we have conducted that only. So Rafale, you can say full all the Pakistan fighter jet, they thought that this is Rafale, but in reality this is not the Rafale actually. The next is integrated computer system. So we can have a computer system that monitor everything, so that reduce the pilot load. Then 365 battle awareness. So if we are using this sensor that can give you idea about what going on, where is enemy targets, so that is going to be very helpful. So they are costly, yes. So because fifth generation aircraft, we need to have high cost painting, we need to maintain that, we need to have radar observing material, so a lot of high technology is there, so we need to have maintenance, we need to have overhauling. So because of that, cost is very high. So there are few fifth generation aircraft at the world level. So F-22, F-35, both are USA made. Then Su-57, it is Russian, and Su-57 and Su-75, it is checkmate. Recently, Russia is also proposing. China is currently having J-20, so it's also fifth generation aircraft. So several nations such as USA, China, Russia, UK, Japan, Italy, France, German, and Spain are developing sixth generation fighter jet with AI, hypersonic, and on-man feature. So they are also developing sixth generation. Currently, we are thinking about fifth generation, but there is a program called Tempest program. They are developing sixth generation aircraft. Just imagine we are lacking a lot in the fighter jet. So strategic importance of the fifth generation jet like AMCA. So why AMCA is important for India? So support, it will help in modernization of our air force, because our quadrant strength we need 42, but at this moment we are depleting our quadrant strength to I think around 34. So we need a lot of fighter jet, and that to advanced fighter jet, because China is having 2 3 fifth generation and they are developing sixth generation. So we need to have good quality of fifth generation aircraft to match that. And we are facing two front threat, like China's J-20 and Pakistan's J-10C. So promote a defense self reliance and entrepreneur and enhance technological sovereignty. If we are developing good quality of fighter jet, we can export it, and we can currently all our aircraft are foreign origin. So in case Russia, if there is any restriction, for example, if war is going on between Russia and Ukraine, so because of that there might be shortage of spare part supply also. And even our Tejas that use engine from the USA, and there is a delay in supply of engine led to the delay of delivery of our Tejas. Na? So whenever we are having our own fighter jet, that is going to give us an edge. We can modify it as we like. We can integrate any missile we like. So we don't have to depend on all this foreign country. For example, if there is a geopolitical, any realignment, let's say Russia is supporting China. So in that case, we cannot rely on the Russia also. Na? So we need to have our own technology. ओके चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं सो नेक्स्ट the topic that we are going to discuss about the quantum cyber readiness. So MIT, Minister of Electronic and Information Technology, so and CERT, Computer Emergency Response Team, and SISA released white paper on transitioning quantum cyber readiness. So I think you all know about the quantum technology. So quantum technology is going to revolutionize everything. For example, in the WhatsApp message, whenever you send hi message, it is not sent hi through the internet, it is sending hi through 011. This conversion of this letter to this binary code 011 is called encryption. So there is an algorithm they follow to convert that message that we are sending to 0101. So if anyone able to predict that algorithm, so that person can able to read that na. Just imagine, so let's say our two military installation, one is located at the let's say Kashmir, another is located at the Arunachal Pradesh. They are sending some message, critical message regarding military operation. If any country, let's say China, Pakistan, if they are able to understand what operation we are going to do, so in that case there is high chances they will understand and take action that is going to be very harmful for India na? So we need to protect our all the digital communication from all this hacking. For that, what we need to have quantum technology. We can use this quantum technology for our encryptions, because if you look into quantum technology, they are very random, it is unpredictable. So that means whenever you are sending hi, first time it will coding, let's say 0001, but second time whenever you send hi, so it will be changes to, because of on this basis of quantum technology. So it is very difficult to predict. Okay, so that is the reason quantum technology is having quantum cryptography, quantum encryption is having wide scale application in secured communications. So to have that, China is already developing that to ensure the secure communication. Even a lot of countries are developing, even India is also developing to make sure that our communication are highly secured. We are also developing. Okay, quantum cyber threat. So harvest now and decrypt later. So attack. For example, currently they are harvesting all the data, and later on they can use all this and the quantum computer or quantum technology to decrypt, understand what message they are going. So which is very dangerous for us, na? So encrypted data harvested now and decrypt later using quantum power. So now I think already quantum computer is developing very fast. Once there is a quantum computer, so we can crack this algorithm of encryptions. We can understand what message is there. So all these intelligence agencies, they can collect all this data and later on they understand the pattern. So that is very harmful for India in future in our defense strategic sector also. So secure channel of decryption. So quantum computer may break the defense of sensitive communication na? Just like if there is two unit of armed forces, so they are communicating with one another. If anyone is decrypt that and understand what message we are sending, which is very harmful, detrimental na? For example, we are planning to capture, let's say, some location. If that message is sent to the Pakistan or China, so they might surprisingly capture that location fast na? So we need to have element of surprise in our armed or strategic operation. So next is signature impersonation. So fraud certificate enabling malware and phishing. So they can also enter into our system. For example, they can launch missile into our own country also. So for that, we need to have quantum ready. So zero-day risk unknown algorithm breaking the current cryptography, delaying quantum safe transition. Okay? So because of it is very threat, very dangerous. So we need to ready for the quantum threat that we may face. So there are a lot of steps taken by the India for quantum cyber security. First one is about the National Quantum Mission. So we have launched National Quantum Mission M for 2000 kilometer of quantum secure communication. So we are planning to launch 2000 kilometer of quantum secure communication, so that all our communication that cannot be read or you can intercept by anyone. Next is a DRDO set of Quantum Technology Research Center achieving 1 kilometer of entanglement based on secure link. So this is a good achievement. DRDO already achieved the quantum entanglement. That means first this is the sender. They have sent a message and this is a receiver. They have first confirmed that there is no person is listening or intercepting their message. First they exchange a bit. If same bit is received here, that means no person is intercepting this message. Once that confirmed, they'll send their message and receive the message. So that is highly secured. So this is achieved recently by our DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. So C dot is developing quantum key distribution post quantum cryptography. Okay? So C dot means Center for Developing Center. Okay? So then ISRO is demonstrated that free space quantum key distribution over 300 मीटर. ठीक है, चलिए. So few step, just imagine. I think what is the full form of C dot, just just Google it, you'll find it, and please read something. Okay, and this is not important for your prelims, you can skip it, but for mains it is very important, just read at that time. ठीक है, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So next important news that we are going to see, increase the private sector share in defense production. So recently we have seen the share of our private sector in defense production is increased very rapidly. So according to data, private sector share in defense production hit 23%, making the third consecutive year of growth. So it's a very good news, because if you look into our past history, mostly our defense manufacture are dominated by all our public sector unit, and we already know that because of delay and inefficiency, so they are not able to deliver in proper time. So that is what led to the rising import of Indian defense product. So if private sector participates, so they'll but very helpful for bringing good quality product at very low cost. So apart from that, I don't think these are much important for our examination, but still I'm just reading it out. So reason behind increasing share of the private sector participation in defense production. So first one is about the institutional reform. Recently we have created Chief of Defense Staff. The next is Department of Military Affairs. So tell me in the comment box, who is the head of the Department of Military Affairs? DMF, who is the head of Department of Military Affairs? So let me see how many of you know that. Please, if I'm asking some question, you should give this answer, because by listening only, it's don't involve in the passive reading, involve in the active reading to enhance armed force synergy and promote indigenous equipment. Next is policy and regulation reform. So defense acquisition procedure, prioritize domestic procurement. So recently we have also prioritized our domestic procurement over the foreign procurement. So next is liberalization of the foreign direct investment, allowing up to FDI, 74% of the FDI. So that means all product are manufacturing, most of the product are manufacturing in India. So next is positive indigenous list. That means the product where India is having good quality, so we should not import anymore. So all these things. Then next is Make in India campaign. So all these are really successful. Next is industrial infrastructure. So we have established defense industrial corridor in UP and Tamil Nadu. So next, innovation and ease of doing business. For example, IDEX. ठीक है, so IDEX program, so innovation and defense excellence. IDEX full form is innovation in defense excellence program. Provide grant to the startup and MSME for advanced technology, license validity extensions, defense item D license, and digital export approval simplification process. So because of all the steps we have taken, so our private sector participation and manufacturing share is increasing significantly. So just read it. Significance, definitely it will improve our strategic security. If all our product are manufacturing in India, we should not depend on any country. For example, during USA may impose sanctions, say that will not supply. You should not use this aircraft against Pakistan. So this kind of restriction will be not there because everything is manufactured in India. The next is operational readiness. If all country are here, we can press them, we can force them. Even government can impose regulation that they need to produce this component. So we should make sure that all our component or spare parts are ready always. The next is technological, so fewer hidden risk. Dekho, I'm giving an example. So we have developed the Tejas. In that Tejas, so there is a component called onboard oxygen generator. That means it can generate oxygen from using atmosphere, all these gases. So that is what a spillover of the technology. So that is what we are using during our COVID-19 when oxygen shortage. We have used that technology to generate oxygen. So if we are investing in advanced military technology, so that is what also helpful for civilian also, na? So diplomacy, so it can help in promoting diplomacy, good relation. We can export our arm to the other country, na? So economy, lower import and more jobs. So it will give boost to our economy and create job also. Okay. I don't think much important. These are important for your mains. You need to study it properly because this can be a direct question. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So next is high power demographic mission. So recently our prime minister announced that high power demographic mission on Independence Day to tackle illegal immigrants. So a lot of illegal immigrants, particularly in the northeastern India and West Bengal. So they are facing this threat. So illegal migrant enter without valid travel document secretly. No official count exists for illegal migrant in India. In 2016, government estimated that 20 million illegal migrant in India. So these are estimations, no accurate data is exist. So I think what are the factor for this rising illegal migrant. So first one is geographical border. So our border are having very porous. So that is what led to the coming of, we cannot guard it properly because it's a large border area. We are having large frontier border and this terrain are very difficult, mountain, desert, river, so very difficult to guard that. So next one is about the socio-economic. If you look into that, both sides are poverty, unemployment. So that is what led to the, people from the Bangladesh, Nepal, they are migrating to India. So political and administrative factors. Sometimes, the local politician, local party, and the states they allow all this migrant vote bank politics so that they'll get voter ID, so vote that party, na? So next is historical, cultural. For example, a lot of people, though they are residing in the Bangladesh or other country, but they are having their cultural and kinship ties with India. So that is what also led to the migration also. Next is security and strategic. So, for example, some militant, they Pakistan-based militant or terrorist, they enter into India through the Nepal and through the Bangladesh. So that is what also the problem. Okay, so apart from that, I don't think much important for your prelims. You can skip it. Okay, so this is very important. So news in short. So recently, silver notice. So Interpol recently issued silver notice. So about the silver notice. So this is the newest additions to the Interpol color coded notice for international police cooperation. So what is the full form of Interpol? So we are going to see in detail. So recently they have added this silver corner notice or silver notice. So purpose is to help trace and gather information on fugitive assets, including those in abroad. So basically aim to gather information regarding fugitive. Fugitive means a person who have, let's say a person X have some, involved in fraud in India, X involved fraud in India and migrated from India to foreign country. But India want that person to be arrested to pay back all this money. So in that case, India can issue silver notice to that country so that, that country will help and return back that person to the India to face the prosecutions. Okay. So help trace and gather the information on fugitive assets, including abroad, including those in abroad. So global collaboration, India among the 51 nations in pilot phase. So currently the silver notice are in pilot phase. These are not in full fledged. So issue by first use कहाँ हुआ था? Italy में हुआ था in January में. Each country can request up to 9 notice during the pilot project. maximum notice that country can issue is 9. Okay. So about Interpol, this is very important. So this can be a very good question in our prelims also. So headquartered in Lyon, France. So established in International Criminal Police Commission during Second International Police Congress in Vienna, 1923. Established as a Interpol in 1956. So there are 196 member. India is a founding member. So remember that India is a founding member. So National Central Bureau. So each country should assign one particular agencies as a National Central Bureau. In case of India, it is the CBI, who is the National Central Bureau to the Interpol. So CBI is the NCB to the Interpol and has been developed Bharat Pol portal for better coordination. So this can be a very good question. Na? So what is Bharat Pol portal? What are the objective of Bharat Pol portal? Or recently Bharat Pol portal is seen in news related to what? Okay. So Bharat Pol portal for better coordination with the Interpol with CBI. So governing body of Interpol is General Assembly. That means each year they assembled. So there they take decision and executive body. So there is a secretariat and each member is having one member. So that is what called executive member. So they execute and General Assembly. They held a session, discuss and take some decision. Once they have taken the decision is implemented by executive committee. Okay, just like our legislature and executive. Legislature make the law and executive committee implement that. And this executive committee are elected body by the General Assembly, so they implement it. So dear student, please go through this notice. So this can be match the following type question. Now, for example, red corner notice, blue corner notice, and there will be lot of options. So they can say how many above are perfectly matched. So red notice is for the wanted person, yellow for the missing person, blue for additional information, black for unidentified bodies, then green for warning and intelligence, orange for imminent threat, and purple for modus operandi, and silver notice, it is in the pilot phase currently, identification and tracing of criminal assets. So to identify the assets of any fugitive who have migrated from one country to another country to amount of assets that person is having. Hope dear student, it is very helpful. So while discussing, I'm linking each and every current affair with what kind of possible question they're asking. So by doing that, I have cleared all my prelims, almost all my prelims during, and already secure a marks more than 20 marks as compared to the cutoff. So you can do by this way. While you are studying, you need to link, you have to think what kind of possible question they can ask. That is what make a study very interesting. If you just do passive reading, it is not going to be much interesting. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So successful trial of Rudraastra conducted at Pokhran, Rajasthan. So Rudraastra. So recently we have tested Rudraastra. So they can ask about recently Rudraastra is seen in news related to what? It is a fighter jet, it is a missile, it is a UAV. So they can ask this question like that. So hybrid unmanned aerial vehicle Rudraastra demonstrated vertical takeoff. Vertical takeoff means this can rise direct vertically, and landing. That means it can land vertically also. No need to, for example, a fighter jet is take off like that. Na? First it will be run off, it will run, then it will be rise like that. But this can be rise like vertically. Okay. So if it is vertically take off and vertically landing, so that means it is needed very small piece of land. It can take off from anywhere, from top of a roof, anywhere it can take off and it can land that also. So extended flight range and real-time surveillance, it can do surveillance also, and accurate target engagement over a range of 50 kilometers. This is a very good development. It will increase our defense capability. So you can see about Rudraastra, it's like a drone. Okay, UAV, especially it's a UAV, you can say. So about Rudraastra, it's a hybrid vertical takeoff landing UAV manufactured by Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited. So this can be a very good question. They can ask about, consider the following statement regarding Rudraastra. Then it is a vertically takeoff and landing best UAV developed by DRDO. Most of the students think that maybe DRDO developed, but no, it is developed by Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited. So what are the feature? So total range including loitering. Loitering means you can say UAV will fly over a particular object for some time before dropping any bomb or anything like that. Hovering means stand over a particular locations. So loitering means that also. And 70 kilometer with an estimated endurance of 1.5 hours. So it can last for 1.5 hour and cover a distance of 170 kilometer. Equipped with precision guided anti-personnel warhead. That means with pinpoint accuracy it can target and attack any person also, a group of person also. Mid latitude release capability, can relay back video and return to the launch position in automatic mode. So while it is doing operation, it can give you a video also, live video also, or once it will have launched in autonomous mode from position from where it is take off and automatically come back to that location. If I'm launching this Rudraastra from here, it will go and conduct its operation, return back and land here only. So that is what called return back to the position, automatic takeoff and landing at the original position. Okay. So hope, dear student, this is very important. Please, whenever this something achieved, developed something unique thing, remember that even the state PCS like OPSC, BPSC, UPPCs, I've seen a lot of questions they ask all this development. Okay, please go through it very thoroughly. So next is Operation Mahadev. Even this kind of question they have asked a lot of time. Even in UPSC also the military exercise they have asked multiple times. So please have an idea about it. So Operation Mahadev is a joint counter-terror mission of Indian Army, Central Armed Police Force, Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, JK Police to eliminate foreign terrorist infiltrated. Okay? Those who are having foreign terrorists in the JK region, so they try to eliminate that so that peace can be restored in the Jammu Kashmir Valley. So next important the topic that we are going to discuss about the Astra missile. So what is the Astra missile? So it is developed by recently DRDO and Indian Air Force successfully conducted flight test of Astra. So we are developing Astra missile as a air to air missile. So that is launched from the fighter jet. So what do you mean by air to air? So let's say this is our fighter jet. So I am not able to drawing it properly. So don't laugh at me. This is a fighter jet. So if we want to kill this Pakistani fighter jet or any enemy fighter jet, so we have to launch a missile. So here, if it is beyond this distance is beyond, let's say 100 kilometer, that is called beyond visual range. It is not, you are not able to visible that. In that case, let's say this is our Tejas. Our Tejas can launch Astra. Astra missile, so that can strike the Pakistan or any enemy jet and destroy it. Na? So that is what Astra missile is. So Astra missile, let's see detail about it. So it is given the Astra missile. So currently we are developing, already we have developed Astra missile phase 1, phase 2, then MK1, MK2, MK3. So MK3 is currently under the development and 1 is already developed, 2 is on testing phase. Okay. So about Astra missile, it is a indigenous beyond visual range. Beyond visual range means more than 100 kilometers is called beyond visual range. So air to air missile, that means will launch from air and strike on another, let's say this is an aircraft, it will launch this missile from the air, it will strike another aircraft in the air also with the range extending 100 kilometers. The missile is designed to engage, destroy highly maneuver supersonic aircraft. Maneuver means easily move. So for example, if you look into Russian aircraft, they can easily maneuver, move like Cobra. So even if they move like a Cobra, it can hit it and destroy it. So this missile has all weather day night capability. So missile can operate both a day night, cloudy weather, whatever may be the weather condition, it will operate it. Okay. So please have an idea about Astra missile. So how they can ask question, I can just give you a rough idea. So they can ask about, consider the following statement regarding Astra missile. So they'll say that the Astra missile is a short range missile that is launched from surface to air. Okay, both statement are wrong. It's a long range, beyond visual range, and air to air missile. Okay, so like that they can ask about this can only operate in the daytime or this can only operate in night time. Okay, so this can say that it can only hit a static object. Okay, so you have to be very careful about all this capability of any missile, any defense system that we are developing indigenously. चलिए dear student, let's see the project 70A. So INS Udagiri, second ship of the project 70A delivered to the Indian Navy. So before going further, so let's see what is the project 70A. So known as the Nilgiri class frigates will have 7 vessels. So इसमें क्या क्या आएगी fast? INS Nilgiri, INS Himgiri, INS Udgiri, INS Dungiri, INS Taragiri, INS Vindhyagiri, INS Mahendragiri. So just go through it. You'll have fair amount of idea, but no need to remember every name. So just have an idea about project. They can ask about project 70A, 17A. So if you have idea, you can at least eliminate. Okay, in UPSC option, they'll give lot of clue to answer it. Okay, so though it look like very difficult, but they'll give you a lot of clue. So you need to have aware about all these things. Nah? So India's new warship, so Nilgiri class frigates will India's Navy's most advanced stealth frigate. Stealth means it can easily don't have any radar cross section. Even if having radar cross section, it will be very small. For example, if you are having a radar and all object will be look like something. If it is very small, so it will not detected as a fighter, like of any ships. It will detected as a small object, like it can be some animal like that. So they will not take any action. Okay. So estimated cost is around 4,000. So constructed by two companies, Majgaon Dock Shipyard Limited and Garden Ship, a shipbuilder and engineer. It is Kolkata. It is in, I think, Goa. So 75% indigenous and system order from indigenous farms. So what is a frigate? It's a multi-role naval warship that serve as a fleet protector and submarine hunter. So not only protect our ships during the ocean, but also hunt the submarine. If there is submarine, it can find, search it and find it. So from it, here it can ask about what is consider following statement regarding project A. So they can say about it planning to induct, let's say, 10 vessel, 10 fighter, frigates, 10 frigates. First statement is wrong na. They can say about 100% indigenous, so this is also wrong. So this kind of extreme statement or something like that they can ask examination. So if you are having fair amount of idea, you can easily eliminate. They can ask about what is a frigates also. It is a multi-role naval ship that serves as a fleet protector and submarine hunter. Not only the whenever a aircraft carrier traveling, so there are a lot of frigates, there are a lot of other ships, submarine as they are. So they have to protect. They have to protect. It look like just a single aircraft carrier is moving, but in reality they are moving a battle carrier group. So it is very difficult to defeat a battle carrier group. So there are a lot of frigates, lot of other ships to defend it. Okay, so frigate role is to defend and hunt the submarine. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So detail about the project 70A. The project is followed on the Shivali class 70, project 17, frigates active in the service. The frigate is a multi-role vessel for ship protection against the surface combatant. For example, this is our aircraft carrier. If it is traveling, so any aircraft fighter jet can bomb this aircraft carrier. Na? So in that case, our frigate will be neutralized before that aircraft is striking on our aircraft carrier. Na? So in that way, we can protect our aircraft carrier. So dear student, tell me in the comment box what are the different aircraft carrier currently India is having. Name that, and out of that two, which one is indigenous? So let me see how many of you know that. So Project 17A ship have enhanced stealth feature and fitted with state-of-art weapons and sensors. Okay. So you can see it's a stealth feature. That means radar cross section. In radar, if you look into radar, the visibility is very small. So you will not able to identify whether it is a naval vessel. Okay. Second one is about the state of art. We are using advanced avionics electronic system so that it will be have some like we can jam the aircraft, we can neutralize, we can do electronic warfare also. Electronic warfare means if a missile is attacked towards your ship, you can what you can do, jam their electronics, so that this missile is unguided and fall within the ocean. Or we can create, let's say this is our original ship, so we can create multiple replica of our original ships. So the incoming missile will be confused which one is original and which one is real. So instead of targeting the original ship, now this missile is having option 10, 20 options. So our probability of survival will be high. Okay, so hope dear student I am able to give a insight about all these things. So I'm planning to start a defense all the science and tech class also. So you'll get a lot of insight from there. So there we are going to see all these missiles, different platforms. So don't worry, we'll discuss that as time proceed. So next one is about the Agni 5 missile. So I think you already know Agni 5 is our ballistic missile, intercontinental range ballistic missile, having a range more than 5,000 kilometers. So it is creating deterrent against the China and even big country also. So we are going to see in detail. So I've added a lot of content here. So India successfully tested Agni 5. Okay, so under strategic command force, which are manages the India's nuclear arsenal. So who manage our India's nuclear arsenal means nuclear weapon? It is the strategic command force. Okay. So about Agni 5, so it is a nuclear capable surface to surface. That means, let's say this is India. So we can launch from surface of India to any other third country. So it will land on the surface of another country. That is the reason it is called surface to surface. Ballistic missile with three stage solid fuel engine. That means all the three stage. Let's say this is a missile. On the top of this missile, there will be warhead. That means nuclear weapon or whatever the weapon we are placing. So after that, there will be three stages. So it's a solid fuel, solid and solid fuel. So this fuel will be powered to rise and then fall. Okay, so all the three stages are Solid. So developed by DRDO under the program Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. So under the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, we are developing Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Nag, Akash. So it is called Patna. Patna. Okay. So we are developing 5 missile Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Nag, Akash. The acronym is Patna. So you can easily remember it. So give India a MORV, multiple independent re-entry vehicle capability of IRBM status like USA, Russia, China, and France. So that means, what do you mean by MORV capability? So one missile, many warhead. For example, we are launching one missile, but at the end, so you can see all the warhead. It is not a single warhead, rather multiple warhead. Whenever it will be launched, it will launch in the three different locations. So that means it's very difficult to defend. For example, if you are having air defense to protect this region, no doubt this missile will not able to hit, but other two missile will hit other location na? So that is what makes our Agni more lethal. Okay, so more MIRV, so multiple independent targetable re-entry vehicle, so which make our Agni more lethal. So please read it very carefully, and remember this MOV capability. This can be a very good question. Let's see about the Agni 5. So nuclear warhead enable Agni 5 is fifth series in the medium and long range missile made in India. So you can see by Agni 5 we can cover entire China in our range, na? Even Russia, even some part of Africa is also covered. So operational range is 5,000 kilometer. Payload, it can carry payload of around 1.3 ton, height 17 meter. So warhead can be nuclear or conventional also. Three stage you can see. First stage solid fuel, second stage solid fuel, third stage solid fuel. Here we are placing all the warhead. Warhead means nuclear weapon or that weapon you want to deliver. So we are also having Agni 1, range is 800 kilometer, Agni 2, 2000, Agni 3, 3000, Agni 4, 4000. Okay. So this is what given by DRDO. So the information is very authentic. Okay. So where we have successfully tested, the Abdul Kalam Island on the coast of Odisha. So this is my district also. So I am from this district also, Abdul Kalam Island from the Bhadrak district. So I am proud of that. Okay. So dear student, I have given a list of Agni 1. So what is the name, range? So please read it very thoroughly. Okay, so you can see Agni Prime. So detail I have given you, which is very essential for your examination. So I have already, during my attempt, I have already prepared it very thoroughly. So one or twice they have asked this question. So I have clear, tick it correctly. So by studying small things, you can, increase your score in the examinations. Okay. So please go through it. I'll just upload this PDF straight away in our Telegram channel, Strive IS. You can see here our Telegram channel, Strive IS. You can check it and join it. You will get it. Okay. Chaliye, so what is surface to surface ballistic missiles? That means it will launch from the surface of the earth and land on the surface of the earth. Na? So rocket power initially, then follow an on powered ballistic missile. So that means initially stage there will be fuel to guide. Once it reach on the peak, it will be fall down by using the gravity of the earth. Na? So this during this phase there is a power that guide, but after reaching the peak it will be fall by using the gravity na? So can carry nuclear or conventional warhead. Conventional means normal explosive device it can carry. So range type, so it can be short range, medium range, intermediate range, or long range. Okay. So next, extended range anti-submarine rocket. So India have tested indigenous anti-submarine rocket system. So you can see in this map. So what is an extended range anti-submarine system? So IRASAR. So totally indigenous anti-submarine rocket used to combat the submarine and fire from onboarding Indian naval ship. So we can fire from onboarding naval ship so that we can destroy the submarine also. Twin rocket motor configuration use a indigenously developed electronic time fuse. So this can be a very good question. Na? So extended range submarine rocket recently seen in use, and consider the following statement regarding that. So it can say that it is we have imported from and combat submarine and fire from onboard naval ship. So they can say about you can fire from the helicopter, we can fire from the land. No, it is from the ship. Okay. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So next important missile that we are going to discuss is Pralay missile. So I think you already know the meaning of Pralay, means destruction. So DRDO conduct test flight of the Pralay missile. So you can see about the Pralay missile given here. So Pralay missile is a surface to surface, just like the Agni missile. Short range solid propellant. That means the fuel we are use here is solid also. Quasi ballistic missile which can fly at hypersonic speed above Mach 5 with a range 150 to 500 kilometers. देखो What do you mean by quasi ballistic? देखो, if ballistic missile generally follow a trajectory like that, but quasi ballistic missile means during this rise phase it can sometime maneuver like that. It can, change its direction also. For example, if there is a air defense system, it can change its course. So in that case we can say it is a quasi ballistic. That means it can change its course like cruise missile. Okay. So quasi-ballistic missile are a class of missile that have low trajectory and take ballistic trajectory but can change course, make maneuver more during its flight if required. Though that is what make the Pralay more deadly. For example, let's say we are launching this Pralay missile to here, but in that case, if we find, let's say we are striking this location, but during this phase, if there is an air defense system, it is tracking, so it will change its course, na? Then it travel and hit it this location, na? So in that case air defense system will not able to defend. So if our missile can, maneuver, it can change its course, in that case air defense system will not that effective. Okay, चलिए, so next देखते हैं मैक. So there are different, different I think you know about subsonic, transonic, supersonic, hypersonic. So what is Mach number? Object speed. Any, let's say fighter jet or any object moving to, object speed to the speed of sound is called Mach number. So subsonic means moving less than, 1 Mach is called subsonic. Then transonic means moving at the Mach 1 speed. So if it is moving more than 1 Mach, then you can call it as a supersonic. If it is moving more than 5 Mach, we can call it as a hypersonic. Okay, so it is very important, please read it, they can be question also, examination. So next is operation Medmax. So mad means medical, na? So here you can say about there are, there are so many agencies who misuse the pharma trade to do some drug trading also. So Narcotics Control Bureau operations to crack down illegal pharma trade. So dismantling syndicates spanning 4 continents which use encrypted platforms, drop shipping and cryptography. It highlights the nexus of technology and illicit trade. So they misuse our, pharmaceutical trade to do all this, drug trading. They import drug, export drug. So that is what led to the, our demographic dividend will turn into demographic disaster. So Narcotics Control Bureau is taking these steps. You can see they are using advanced encrypted platform so that, their message will no one will able to read their message. Now drop shipping, they are used the shipping just we are used to, deliver. The next is cryptocurrency to make payment so that no one can track it. Okay, just imagine and remember this operation Madmax, to ensure that there should not be any misuse of pharma trade for drug trafficking. So, dear student, the exercise in news is also very important. In past, they have asked lot of questions from there also. So, first one is about the Khan Quest. So, Khan Quest is a multilateral military exercise by India, Mongolia, USA, and other country. So, what is the capital of Mongolia? It is Ulaanbaatar. So Genesis कहाँ हुआ था? Bilateral initiative between US and Mongolia. So first multilateral exercise in 2006. So next is PASEX between naval forces of India and UK held in Arabian Sea. So next is Bolt Kurukshetra joint military exercise between India and Singapore. This is the 44th edition. Just remember it. Which country you'll able to tick it. Okay. So they can ask match the following type 5-4 statement and then say which country. Na? They can ask about PASEX between which country, Bolt Kurukshetra between which country. Then they ask how many above statement are correctly matched. Then Bharat NCX. So between it is a national cyber security exercise, India NSCS and RRU. So what is NSCS? National Security Council Secretariat in collaboration with Rashtriya Raksha University, Gandhinagar in Gujarat. Okay, so this can be also asked. Bharat NCX recently seen in news related to what? So I'm giving you the question itself. So please prepare like that. Whenever you are reading, don't read just like that. Make some question from it. Okay. Simbex. So what is the full form of Simbex? So it's annual naval exercise between India and Singapore. So Genesis कहाँ हुआ था? Lion King. So annual exercise between India Navy and Republic of Singapore Navy. So Talisman Sabre multilateral exercise. So 19 nation including French, German, India. So 2025 edition कहाँ हुआ था? Sydney. In Australia. So they can ask about, Talisman Sabre recently military exercise held in which location? So it is in Sydney. So cover land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. So it is a multi-domain, operation also. Joy Mata joint, sea exercise between India and Japan. So between Japan and Indians Coast Guard. So the Slinex, so it is a naval exercise between India and Sri Lanka. So INS Rana and INS Jyoti from Colombo, so they have participated. So I've added a map of, Mongolia. Mongolia is located between China and Russia. You can see it. It's a landlocked country without having any access to the ocean. And capital of the Mongolia is Ulaanbaatar. Okay, we are having very good relation with the Mongolia also. Okay. So dear student, this is all about the security. classes. So security class. So I'll just upload the PDF in my Telegram group. So that is Strive IS. So you can get that PDF. And dear student, I have gone through extensively all the material that is available in market, and I have also do a lot of value addition. So if you like this video, please like and share your feedback in the comment box, and please do share this video with your friends so that a lot of students can benefit. And to make this video, a lot of effort we are also putting, and by small gesture of your appreciation really motivate us to provide good quality of content. Okay, chaliye dear student, we'll have to end here. Bye bye, take care, bye.